All right, y'all. I have to talk about an interesting story. Maybe you've heard about it already. There was a convention called Sinners in Stardust. That's the name of either the publisher or the group that does the conventions. I don't know, but it was a convention for publishers of what are called romantasy books. Now, these are the books. They say, "Oh, women are so much more literate; they read so much more than men." Well, these are the these are the kinds of books that women today are reading. These romantasy novels, and they have plot lines that fall out something like this. There's some big, vicious, sexy, aardvark faced man, aardvark monster man, and he, he's mean and vicious and out of control, and he kidnaps the heroine and takes her to his lair, and then he rapes her in his lair, and but the heroine comes to see that he's not really a bad man. He's just misunderstood because of his aardvark face, and she slowly grows to love him, and eventually they live happily ever after. That's the that's the typical sort of plot, as I understand it, of these romantasy books. Um, Romantasy, combination of romance and fantasy. So they have the men the sexy romantic male lead is some variation of the Beast. I guess it's not really that far removed from the whole Beauty and the Beast motif, but just raunchier, and with with coerced, unconsenting sex, and that's part of what's so hot about it. I mean, this is really. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that it's hot. I'm saying that the readers of these books think that it's hot. When you get kidnapped by the 8 foot man with the aardvark face, the monster man, the beast, uh, and he presses into you, and you say no, 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 but inside you're saying yes, yes, yes. So anyway, so that's this kind of these kinds of books that are thriving now. These are selling like hotcakes, and my books are selling like shit. I'm not writing about aardvark men raping damsels in distress. Maybe I should be. Maybe if I do that, maybe I'll my writing career can pick up a little bit. But anyway, the 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 readers of these books, they love them. They're very fanatical, and so this group called Sinners in Stardust has these periodic conventions. And at this latest convention a couple of weeks ago in Boston, they had a bunch of guys there wearing costumes and walking among the crowd and of all these horny women, and one of them had a T-shirt on that said, no safe words. There's a picture of that. No safe words. Which, I mean, talk about no consent. I mean, there it is right there. Uh, Without safe words, you've basically you have something different from just play, don't you? Um, Anyhow, uh, Things took an ironic turn, however, because the men who were dressed up in these costumes as these sexy beasts at this convention, they were, as you might guess, attacked. These event goers um, went right after these guys and like put their hands all over them, you know, stuck their hands down their pants, just um, basically sexually assaulted these men who were just there, to be to sort of spice up the event. To they weren't You weren't supposed to be able to just fondle them and do whatever you want to them, but the event goers, or many of them anyway, could not help themselves. And there was one reported case of someone who was an event goer who apparently had a strap on under her dress and was flashing it periodically, and things just went. It was mayhem, and and afterwards, the 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 event goers had to write this sternly worded letter to their uh, the convention goers, saying, we we want to be able to put these conventions on again, because we want to celebrate the kind of literature that we all love together, and just have fun. But come on, girls, come on! You can't just be attacking our models and groping them, and that's just not right. You can't do that. And so it's become this whole thing, and you can look it up. You can find videos about it online. Um, well, I mean, what can I say? Like, on the one hand, we're in this sort of we're it's feminism everywhere. It's like, you know, if listen, men, if you even look at a woman and she's uncomfortable with your eyes on her for 2 seconds, then you're guilty. Or if you tap her on the shoulder and she's not comfortable with that, then you can go to jail, and all this totally draconian stuff. Um, when it goes one way, but when it's the other way around, then these novels just seem to indulge. First of all, they indulge this desire in women that's not being encouraged, right? Because women are not supposed to have fantasies about me Tarzan, you Jane. Let me pick you up and take take you to my cave and do unspeakable things to you, because I'm a real man. And that's those are the kind of fantasies that women are told not that they should not entertain. And you're you're a pig, or worse, if you think that women actually have those kinds of fantasies. But yet these books prove that those kinds of fantasies are involving getting being victimized in this way, um, is quite potent, quite a potent aphrodisiac for at least some women, for the kind of women who read these books. And uh, and then you have these occasions where women who are at these events just decide, well, there's no such thing as having to obtain consent anymore. If there's a model here and he looks good, then I can I mean, just imagine if that happened in reverse. Imagine if there's a convention where, where a bunch of men were there and there were some, sexy female models, and the men couldn't handle themselves and put their hands all over them and grope them and touch them in their genitals and stuff. That would not be a laughing matter. That would be a scandal. Um, and you know, this is this is this is only a laughing matter to me just because of the extremity of the double standard. I do have a cold, so I apologize for my congestion. I hope it's not grossing anybody out too much. Um, but I just thought I would talk about that instead of the church shooting, which is just incredibly depressing. I thought I would talk about something that's maybe kind of funny, but also kind of telling about where we're at now as a society. So, what do y'all think? Leave your comments.